Hello, welcome to this tutorial on Robert Schumann's Traumerei. This piece in particular, although it's only one page, and overall the melody is very lovely and simple, the piece itself is actually quite complex in some ways, such as really solidifying good fingering, being really cautious about clear pedaling and appropriate pedaling, also making sure that we're holding certain voices for its full length, and even quite a few stretches in the left and the right hand, which we will definitely go over. So the edition that I'm using is Urtext, and I'll show you on the screen what this edition looks like. Notice that there are pedal markings already on the score here, but I have added additional pedalings from a Peters edition as well. So that's what these are about. So I'll just leave this up here so you can take a glance at how the pedaling goes if you want to add this into your own score. That might be helpful. And then I also wrote in some additional fingerings. If you have larger hands, if we're looking at the last huge chord here, so at the very end, notice that there's a little bracket on those two notes, so that's how you would approach that chord if you were to reach the full span of that chord with your right hand. So I'll just zoom out again. So usually what I like to recommend is taking out the pedal completely. So that way we can really make sure that we're holding certain voices as long as they need to be held, and really focusing on smaller chunks of music. So focusing on a few bars at a time seems to work the best. So if we're going through at the beginning of the piece, if we're just isolating right hand, I'm looking at the pickup at the very beginning all the way up to measure 4, and we're just going to focus on this right hand. So we start with our pickup with the 2, stretch, and then we're going to have to let go. So that's up to measure 4. In particular, if we're looking at measure 3 into 4, we have that thumb held on the middle C. So the fingering that's happening here, in order to create a nice legato into the downbeat, here's how it's going to go. So we have 1, 3, 1, 2, and then I'm going to create the illusion of connecting. So this G that's on my 4th finger, I'm going to cross the 3 over the 4th finger, and 2 is going to be on F. So we have 2, 4, 2, 3. Still holding the C, and then re-hit. So all together. Like so. Next, going from the pickup into measure 5, starts out the same as the beginning. And then for this chord, notice that I'm holding the G and the A with my full thumb, because that's the only way, at least for my hand, that I can reach up to this high A in the melody. And then we're going to hold it, and then you can let go of the G, still holding the A. Here's a finger substitution. 2-5, 1-5, switch to 4. Like so. And that's the end of the first section. So now moving on to left hand. So here, this is where the pedal is definitely going to help assist, because there's no way I can reach an F and A, so while holding the F and hitting the CA, no way I can hold that with my pinky there, so I'm definitely going to have to let go and let the pedal help later. This is a quick 5-3-1, still holding the 3 on F. Here's another quick into this 5th. Notice that going into measure 7, we're still holding on the A. So here's our octave. So at the end, let's try that again. So we go pick up into that last measure of the section. That part's a little tricky there. Okay, so in terms of putting it together, when we have these arpeggiated chords in particular, like on measure 2 and measure 6, it's rhythmically, they're both the same, right? So what's going to happen in terms of timing, it's going to be, so from the beginning we have that I hit the F, and then this comes in, playing the D together with the left hand on D and right hand with the F octave, and then we continue making sure we're holding. So this is similar as well, where we go 1 and left hand comes in, playing together on that E, and then we continue. Etc. All right, hopefully that makes sense in terms of putting that together. Looking ahead into our next section, starting at measure 9, So it kind of starts off the same as the beginning. So we have our same figure, 2, 5, let go. So that's how the B section is going to go for right hand. And then taking a look at left, here's a similar situation where I definitely can't hold the F while playing this chord. So I will let the pedal assist with that later. Hold the D on the bottom, hold this upper D, change to F sharp, G, B flat major, same pattern as before with the holding on the A's, switch to 1. So that's how the left hand's going to go for the B section. Okay, and then going on to the final part of the piece where we have a recap of the opening theme. Everything's going to apply the same way. So coming in, pedal will assist with this chord, and then also with the left hand, lining that up the same as before. So going now to this really big chunky chord here with the fermata sign, measure 22. So here, what I've seen a few ways people have done this. So people with very large hands, I've definitely seen them able to hit all the notes all at once, which great for them, but for people with smaller hands, we got to figure out a way to play those notes as best as we can. So I've seen people roll the chord, so arpeggiated, so like this. Bottom to top, like that. I've seen kind of a broken version. So we have like that. So whichever way you like best, the kind of broken blocked version or doing the arpeggiated version. For the arpeggiated version, I've even seen this. I'll do it in slow motion. So where you can do thumb, thumb to 5. Although me personally, I kind of prefer this version better. Because thumb, thumb is a little awkward. At least for me. So you get to pick how you'd like to do that. And then once we get through this chord, take your time. So notice I hear at the end as well, the last two measures. We have this figure, which we saw earlier at the beginning of the piece, measure 3 to 4, but this is on different notes this time. So we still have that 1, 3, 2, 4, cross, 2, 3. Still holding the D, and then hold that C, going into the last F major chord. Looking at the left hand for this last part. And then from here, in the score, it says 4 on that. I think I tend to do 1, 2, or you could do 1, 4, switch to 1, hold that thumb, like that. So 1, 4, hold it. And what's nice about this last part, it is you're able to slow down because of the ritardando. So it allows for an easier finger switch there. Or you can also do 1, 2, switch to 1.